where the winds whispered tales of ancient magic and untold mysteries, lay the village of Dodowa. Nestled amidst lush greenery and rolling hills, Dodowa was a place where the rhythms of nature dictated the lives of its inhabitants. It was a community bound by tradition and respect for the natural world that surrounded them. One fateful day, a stranger by the name of Jack arrived in Dodowa. Tall and rugged, with piercing eyes that gleamed with determination, he carried with him the air of a wanderer, a man unbound by the conventions of settled life. Yet, beneath his veneer of confidence, there lurked a darkness, a hunger that drove him to seek out trophies of the wild, heedless of the consequences. As Jack made his way through the winding paths of Dodowa, whispers followed in his wake. The villagers spoke of the forbidden forest that lay beyond the boundaries of their settlement, a place where the spirits of the ancient guardians roamed, protecting the sacred groves from those who dared to desecrate its sanctity. Warned by the elders of Dodowa about the dangers that lurked within the depths of the forest, Jack merely shrugged off their words of caution. To him, the thrill of the hunt outweighed any tales of mythical curses or vengeful spirits. With a scoff and a swagger, he ventured forth into the forbidden realm, his footsteps echoing against the silence of the ancient trees. As he reached the edge of the forest, a sudden bolt of lightning crackled through the sky, illuminating the darkness with its fiery brilliance. Jack stumbled back, his heart pounding in his chest as he felt the raw power of nature's warning. Yet, undeterred, he pressed on, his gaze fixed upon the unknown depths that beckoned him forth. Within the shadowed embrace of the forest, Jack's arrogance met its match. With each step, the forest seemed to conspire against him, laying traps at his feet and ensnaring him in its web of thorns and vines. As he pushed deeper into the heart of the wilderness, a sudden misstep sent him crashing to the ground, his ankle twisted and throbbing with pain. Forced to retreat, Jack nursed his wounded pride as he limped back to the safety of the village. Yet, even within the confines of Dodowa, he could not escape the grasp of the forest's wrath. The water from the village well turned muddy and foul, denying him the sustenance he so desperately needed. As night fell over Dodowa, Jack's dreams were plagued by visions of beasts and shadows, their eyes glowing with an otherworldly hunger. He awoke in a cold sweat, his body covered in bloody scratches that seemed to pulse with a life of their own. Desperate for answers, Jack sought out the wisdom of the village elders, humbling himself before their ancient council. Through the whispers of the oracles, he learned of the 7 curses that had befallen him, the wrath of the forest unleashed upon him for his trespasses. With a heavy heart, Jack accepted his fate, knowing that he must atone for his arrogance if he were to find redemption. For 3 days and 3 nights, he remained indoors, the weight of his transgressions heavy upon his soul. During this time, the village healer, a wise woman named Mala, tended to Jack's twisted ankle. Using age-old remedies passed down through generations, she applied poultices of healing herbs and bound his ankle with strips of cloth soaked in soothing oils. Despite his initial reluctance to accept help from the villagers, Jack found himself humbled by Mala's gentle touch and quiet wisdom. And so, on the dawn of the 4th day, Jack emerged from his solitude, his heart heavy with the burden of his sins. Yet, as he stepped outside, he was greeted not by the darkness of the forest, but by the warm embrace of the sun and the gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze. Guided by the wisdom of the oracles, Jack sought out the 3 widows of Dodowa, offering them food and solace in the hopes of appeasing the spirits that had been angered by his actions. With each act of kindness, he felt the weight of his guilt begin to lift, replaced by a newfound sense of humility and respect for the world around him. As the days passed, Jack found himself drawn to the rhythms of village life, his wanderlust tempered by a newfound appreciation for the bonds of community and the sacred balance of nature. Though the scars of his journey remained etched upon his flesh, they served as a constant reminder of the price of his folly, the reminder to tread lightly upon the earth and to cherish the fragile beauty of the world that surrounds us all. With Jack's lessons learned and his journey back to the northern plains underway, the vast expanse of the landscape stretched out before him, a reminder of the endless possibilities and dangers that awaited him. As he traversed the rolling hills and expansive valleys, his mind was filled with thoughts of the village of Dodowa and the profound impact it had left upon him. The days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months, as Jack wandered through the untamed wilderness, his heart heavy with the weight of his newfound knowledge. Along the way, he encountered all manner of creatures, from majestic deer grazing in the meadows to cunning foxes darting through the underbrush. Each encounter served as a reminder of the delicate balance of life and the interconnectedness of all living things. But it was not just the wildlife that captivated Jack's attention. As he journeyed further into the heart of the northern plains, he stumbled upon ancient ruins hidden amidst the dense foliage, their crumbling walls a testament to the passage of time. Intrigued by their mysteries, Jack explored their depths, uncovering forgotten artifacts and relics that spoke of civilizations long gone. With each discovery, Jack felt a deep sense of reverence for the world around him, realizing that there was still so much left to learn and explore. And as he gazed upon the vastness of the landscape stretching out before him, he knew that his journey was far from over. But amidst the beauty of the wilderness, Jack also encountered moments of darkness and danger. He faced fierce storms that raged across the plains, threatening to engulf him in their fury. He braved treacherous terrain, navigating through steep mountain passes and treacherous ravines. And he encountered fierce predators, their primal instincts driving them to hunt him with relentless determination. Yet through it all, Jack persevered, drawing upon the lessons he had learned in Dodowa to guide him through the trials and tribulations of his journey. He learned to respect the power of nature, to tread lightly upon the earth, and to approach each challenge with humility and reverence. And as he continued his travels, Jack found himself drawn back to the memories of the village that had changed his life forever. He wondered what had become of the villagers he had left behind and whether they too had learned from his mistakes. And so, with a sense of longing in his heart, he resolved to return to Dodowa once more, to seek out the wisdom of the elders and to pay his respects to the place that had shaped him into the man he had become. As Jack made his way back to the village, he found himself filled with a sense of anticipation, unsure of what he would find upon his return. But as he passed through the familiar surroundings of Dodowa, he was met with a sight that filled him with joy and wonder. The village that had once seemed so small and insignificant now thrived with life and energy, its streets bustling with activity and its fields teeming with crops. The villagers greeted Jack with open arms, welcoming him back as one of their own. And as he sat amongst them, listening to their stories and sharing in their laughter, he knew that he had finally found his place in the world. For Jack had come to realize that true happiness lay not in the pursuit of glory or riches, but in the simple pleasures of life and the bonds of community that connected us all. And as he looked out upon the village of Dodowa, he knew that he had found his home at last. And so, as the sun set on the horizon, casting its golden light upon the village below, Jack felt a sense of peace wash over him, knowing that he had finally found his place in the world. And as he settled into the warmth of the evening, surrounded by the familiar faces of friends and loved ones, he knew that his journey was complete. For Jack had found his purpose in life, and it was here, in the heart of the northern plains, amongst the humble huts and lush greenery of Dodowa, that he would remain forevermore. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel.